So in this video, I want to do a product review and my experience of a product called the Lucid Dream Elixir. It's a Lucid Dream, it's a herbal Lucid Dream enhancing supplement or dream experience enhancing supplement. And I got it from a place called Anima Mundi Farmacy and Apothecary. So let me tell you a little bit about where I got it from. Then I'll tell you a little bit about the product and my experience with ordering the product, and also my experience with the product itself when I tried to use it for lucid dreaming. So Anima Mundi Apothecary is a pharmacy and apothecary that is in Brooklyn, New York. The owner of the apothecary, named Adriana Ayales, is an actual herbalist. From what I read from her interview, it sounds like she was actually born and raised in Costa Rica. She eventually went to California and got her education as an herbalist, and then started Anima Mundi Apothecary and Pharmacy. I found them online, and when I saw it, being the dream and lucid dreaming enthusiast that I am, I went ahead and asked questions, and then I eventually ordered it. The first thing I want to talk about is their customer service was amazing. I've tried a lot of different safe supplements out there, but usually I always do my research before I try anything. So I had lots of questions that I asked the owner and the company by email and through Twitter, and they were very helpful. They answered most all the questions that I had, and even after I order it, I even still had questions. Like one question I had was, this particular product came with Palo Santo wood, which is a wood that it's almost to be treated like an incense almost, except you burn it and you kind of take in the aroma, but it's a very ancient wood from a Palo Santo tree that used to be used by the shamans in dream ceremonies and ceremonies of consciousness alteration and things like that. When I first got it, I looked at it and I was like, oh my God, it's a block of wood. What do I do with this? And I didn't even know where to begin. But I actually email contacted them and said, hey, everything got here safe and sound, but how do I use this? And they gave me specific directions and even checked in on me and, asked how it was and things like that. And that was actually really good. You don't see that a lot nowadays when you buy products from online companies. A lot of online companies, you buy the product and once they get your money, they kind of vanish from the earth. But I have actually been in touch with them several times about questions and just to tell them what my experience was with it. And they've been very helpful. So that was actually really reassuring. So I had questions about the dosage and things like that, which it actually has. This is the actual elixir, which was actually packaged very nicely. I was really impressed with the packaging. All of these things are handmade. They actually hand make, hand wrap, and hand seal all of this stuff themselves in their pharmacy in New York. So I thought that was actually really amazing. That was actually a really nice added touch, especially for the price that I bought it for, which was very reasonable. So it came with the Palo Santo wood. It also came with the elixir, which is the part that this says you're supposed to take 1 to 2 tablespoons before bed, preferably on an empty stomach. And it also even came with an essential oil, which for those of you who've never used an essential oil, you usually put it on the forehead or under the nose, on the lip, right under the nose or something like that, so that you can actually breathe it in. It's supposed to be a scent from a fragrance that basically raises like your nervous system activity or something like that for dreaming. So that was actually really nice. I ordered it directly from their website. It took about 5 to 7 days on a regular shipping. I didn't get any rush delivery shipping or anything like that. Just the regular shipping. It took about, I think, 5 or 6 days for me to get it. It was very well packaged. It had an enormous amount of bubble wrap, and it was in a pretty strong box, so nothing came broken or cracked. The seal was really good when I got it, so I was really impressed with that. So now, let's get on to my experience with it. My experience with it was actually really good. I didn't do the Palo Santo wood. I didn't really feel like burning anything or whatnot the day that I used that. So I'll have to tell you guys what that was like on a follow-up review, because I am going to do another review of my experience with this later, and I'll explain why. I didn't do the Palo Santo wood, but I did do the 2 tablespoons of the elixir, and I used the essential oil. And I put one on my forehead, just a dab on my forehead, and a dab under my nose, on my upper lip. And it did smell really good. I would say within the first hour or so of taking the elixir and using the oil, I was in an incredibly relaxed state. Very relaxed state, very peaceful state. It was definitely the prime time state to be able to induce a lucid dream or have a bunch of dreams and be able to remember them with clarity or have more stable dreams. The issue where I messed up, and this is no fault to the Lucid Dreaming Elixir Kit, is I actually was really busy the day before I used this, and I didn't do the proper, I didn't do what I usually call my proper lucid dreaming meditation ritual or calming ritual before I did it. I actually took it and then I went and sat on my computer and I was doing a bunch of work for our site, Philosophy of Dreams, and I really shouldn't have done that. I really should have just mellowed out, listened to some music, relaxed, maybe even done a little bit of meditation or just went outside and just, took a breather for a bit, but I didn't. When I finally did go to bed, which was about an hour after I took the Lucid Dreaming Elixir Kit, I had a lot of hypnagogic imagery on the way to actually falling asleep. For those of you who don't know what hypnagogic imagery is, what it is, I'm sure you've experienced it before, you may not have understood what the term was called. When you lay down to go to sleep and you close your eyes and it's dark, but you can see things. Normally at first when you try to go to sleep, you can see things like starry looking things or just dots or whatever behind the eyelids. If you can hold your consciousness long enough before you fall asleep or before you slip into a dream, those actual images actually they slowly start turning more and more into actual things, like actual houses per se, or people, or imagery. When lucid dreaming, if you use a technique called wild, if you're able to hold your consciousness long enough, that actual hypnagogic imagery will turn into an actual dream scene, and you'll find yourself in a dream if you don't actually fully fall asleep. Your body falls asleep, but your mind is awake. So back to the elixir, when I did this, I had some very strong hypnagogic imagery, and it started slowly turning into a more solid dream scene or dream state versus just blobs and bips and stuff like that. So that I was very impressed by. I think that was due to the seriously relaxed state that it put me under. That night, when I had my dreams, I had about 5 dreams, but they were all over the place. They were very stable, very vivid dreams, but unfortunately they were all over the place. And again, I know what that was because of. That was because the night before, my mind was all over the place. I was working on the website. I was dealing with my kids and my wife. I really didn't mellow out before I went to bed, which I should have done, which is part of my normal lucid dreaming preparation ritual. So, in conclusion, it's a great product. I took 1 dose, and I think I've still easily got another 10 to 15 doses left in the product, or 10 to 15 uses. As far as the essential oil, I've got plenty left in that little flask for that, and I hadn't even used the Palo Santo wood. So I'm going to try to use it again in the upcoming weeks or months here, and I'm going to see if I can have a few lucid dreams that I can come back and tell you guys what the vividness or the experience of the lucid dreams was in comparison to having a lucid dream without any type of herbal supplement or enhancement supplement. So again, thanks for listening. Again, the place that I got it from is called Anima Mundi Farmacy Apothecary. They're located in Brooklyn, New York, and you can find them online. And if you are interested in trying the product, I recommend you use them. They're great to work with. Thanks a bunch.